All right, Thomas. How are you? Did I get your pronunciation right?
Yeah, you pronounce my name very well. In my language, it's Tomasz. Sometimes people call me Tomek because for the friends we use the shortened version of Tomasz.
Okay, so we'll start right off the bat then, Coach. And then, of course, congratulations on turning 30 a few days ago.
Yeah,
joining the 30s club. I'm not sure how many others on this call are also in the 30s club, but that's fantastic. If you were a midfielder and you'd made it as a player, you would have just entered your prime. All right.
Thank you very much.
So, Coach, tell me, what is, just the easiest and the most detailed question, obviously, is what is your take on the Reliance Foundation Development League? How has it been going? And, just the importance of something like this for the future of Indian football and hopefully in the bigger picture of the league structure and how much talent is produced.
Yeah, for me, to be honest, I am very proud to take part in this tournament because the organization of the tournament is at the highest level. We can experience the professional environment here. We can feel that we are treated in a special way as professionals in football. We have very great training grounds to provide sessions. We are playing on really good grounds also. We are in the tournament that is full of good teams. There is no difference, or there is only slight difference between the quality of teams. Also, the teams that are participating in the tournament, they present a little bit different kind of culture regarding how they play. So it's also really interesting experience for us to adjust to different way of playing of the opponents. So it's this competition is rich of the different strategies that we can use and we can teach players. We can provide players more opportunities to play important official games against the team that present similar quality and similar skills. And this is the opportunity that the Reliance Foundation created for us.
We've seen head coaches kind of give their experience to youngsters so that they understand how match day works, and you've said that you've been treated like professionals. What are the aspects of these treatments that have really impressed you, because you really use the term, you stressed on it. What is it that the league provides that makes you feel like a professional people?
We all as a team here in India, we are in the beginnings of our journey as coaches, as players. In India, you have a culture for cricket, for other sports, for kabaddi, for example, for hockey, and football is still growing. There is a lot of potential because people are very passionate about football, but frankly, we have to say that football as a culture is still growing in this country. So basically, this tournament gives the possibility for players who, for them, this is first or it's like a first tournament or one of the first tournament to understand what does it mean to be professional footballer. It provides not only the games, it provides not only the competition on the field, but it shows, for example, how to eat properly, how to take care during the recovery process, how to be organized as a team in the hotel. Plenty of young boys, they never had any opportunity to live in the hotel alone, outside from the friends, being out of the home, being out of the comfort zone, travel with the bus, understanding that the time is important to be on time on meals, on the bus, on the training sessions, to confront with different kind of people, with people who they never had any opportunity to meet, to learn from these people, from their professionalism, to understand how many people work for their success, how many people work for their exposure, to understand that football game is only a small piece in the process that is happening out of people's mind and vision. So these players, for them, this kind of tournaments is like an experience to understand who they are, how lucky they are to be the footballer, but also how big responsibility they have, because sometimes they think they only perform on the field and everything depends on them. But actually they also have to be grateful for the people who provide the facility for them, and they have to have the responsibility to provide the result for the others, that others looking only at them. So they are like a connectors between the public and the people who work for the progress in football, in this case in India.
That is a fantastic answer, Tomasz. Very, very impressed with the detailing there. Let's come to your team now, because I think with that answer you've covered so many points that we were looking from you. But what has worked for Kerala Blasters? Of course, there was that first defeat very recently. But apart from that, it's a young group. Defeat is part of the sport, so I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to try to make you focus on the good things. What has worked so far for you at Kerala Blasters? These handful of games, what has clicked?
I am very happy as a coach to have a possibility to work with the group of people who are created basically from two different subgroups. We have players that are coming from the senior team, that they were part of Indian Super League recently. And we have young players, and many of them, they are even new in our club. So they are even not having enough experience by past games with the t-shirt of Kerala Blasters. So what is a strength of our team is that we were able so far to connect these two groups with different experience, different emotions, expectations, and we were able to create one team, one family, who is led by the senior team players, and who is a little bit maybe more creative by the youngsters, who are not afraid and who are less willing to calculate what is good, what is not, because they are coming full with emotions. So we were able to create this environment, and until now it's going very well. The last game, it was not what we expected, but I hope we can react very well after this game and we can continue this journey. And this is also a great opportunity for senior team players who came to help us, to support us, because in our team, they seem to be like experienced players, but they are still young guys, and they are guys who are in the senior team only doing the job, performing the role of the youngsters there. And coming back here, working with youngsters in our reserve team, they have unique opportunity to develop the leadership. They are responsible for the group. They are responsible what happened in the field, outside the field. And this is a unique opportunity because in the first team, they will never had a chance to lead the team. And also because they are coming to play with us, they show the example for youngsters. So again, it's for us a great experience to have them, because after 2 games, most probably plenty of them will come back to senior team, but we will have an objective as a coaching staff, as a club, to develop football and develop grassroots. And the more experienced players we have, and the better example from the top we have, the better for the society in Kerala state.
Right. You mentioned emotions over there, and these are boys ranging from, if I'm not wrong, between 16 to 23. Is that the kind of group you have? And obviously, you being young yourself, you can understand the problems, you can understand the emotions probably that a young adult is going through, because we were there not too long ago. Does that help you kind of relate with them, especially when it comes to what we cannot see, which is the intangibles, the emotions and the mentality of first defeat? I think there's a carryover effect from the senior team season. There's a confidence carryover effect that we had a great season as a club. But how do you keep them focused? How do you keep their mentality and their emotions in check? Especially because I think you can relate to that.
Yeah, my approach as a coach is always the same. I am trying to coach people, coach players, being very honest. I am on the opinion that instead of saying what to do, my role is to show what is happening, because perhaps as I am a little bit out of the football field by playing, my perspective is a little bit more wider than the perspective of the player, who is always more egoistic, always think that he wants to improve and he wants to be the best and he wants to achieve something. So I am trying to collect all the information, all the events, all the situations that happened, and create one story to present players, to give them the opportunity to understand it and take the opinion. And I'm giving also them the freedom to have own opinion, but I am somebody that guide them and control them, of course, also. So basically, regarding the emotions and regarding the first defeat we faced in the last game, as I said in the dressing room after the game, to lose the game is not a problem, and to lose the game is a part of the competition. And the thing is that how we react for this situation, and what will be our comeback, how it influences our decisions, our emotions in the future.
I like how detailed your answers are, and I just thought of a joke in my head that if you and Ivan ever sat together for a cup of coffee, it's going to get cold. But just coming to Ivan, of course, and the success, and a lot of that has rubbed onto the club in a sense. You see sometimes head coaches come in and change things around and the culture changes. But what has your interaction with him been like? Is he watching the games? Has he asked you to marry the senior team style with the reserves who you are also in charge of? Is there a discussion of tactical ideas? Tell me, has he shown interest? What has it been like? Because of course he's on a well-deserved break, but I know he's obsessed with the sport. And tell us about your interactions with him given the RFDL.
Yeah, we are in the constant connection with the coaching staff of the first team, with the management, with the head coach, with assistant coach, with fitness coach. They are monitoring our players every game. They are watching every game. They are sharing the ideas, the opinions, the feedback. They are also evaluate players. They give marks. They share their opinion about what they can improve, how we can improve as a team. So we are in connection, and of course we want to follow the philosophy of head coach of the first team, that is Ivan in this case. Also, even if we don't want to do it, it would be very difficult not to do it, because if you achieve the success, that was okay, they lost in the final, but it's a success for the club. And even if you wouldn't like to follow them, it's very difficult to convince players who were participating in the success that another philosophy is better than what allow you to achieve success. So because of the philosophy of the KBFC and because of the success we achieve, we are following, we have to follow, and we want to follow the way that is coming from the first team. Coach Ivan is very much impressed on the organization, on the quality of games, on the performance of our team. And he's also looking for players who might join pre-season for the next campaign of ISL, because as you know now, again, 4 players, 2002 born, they have to be part of the squad. And in our case, in KBFC case, we had a lot of talents that were 2001 last season. We provided for young people the highest number of minutes they play in the league. But now it will be the different story, because for the existing squad, if I'm not wrong, was only Gibson 2002. So we still need players, at least 3 players that we can promote in the next season. That is why they are watching closely our games.
How helpful is a hopeful exposure for you to the next gen going to be? Are you reminding the boys that this is what we have to fight for, to go and compete at a, against teams from other places, to help that exposure, to create more talent?
Yeah, of course. For us, the objective is to have the opportunity to again experience new environment that is outside India, no? So this is the motivation for them that speaks itself. Of course, we have our own objectives and individual approach for every player. We try to create the career thinking about the individual approach, but having in mind that something might happen and you can go and you can show your skills to the other public, and also you can experience the big football outside India. For people who don't have a lot of opportunities, is like a motivation and speaks itself. And I hope we can do it, but we will see what will be the result. But anyway, for Indian football, whoever will go there, it's something special, because sometimes players need not only to get the knowledge from the coaches that are coming from outside by words, but also to really experience that and to have a proof that what coaches coming from outside telling is a true.
I like how motivating that could be, actually, being told that Coach Ivan is watching out for players to join preseason. I think at the age that they're at right now, that is the ultimate aim, is to join that senior team preseason. But coming back to yourself, and obviously this is the last one that I'm going to put you through, because I do notice you're not a big fan of talking about yourself like most coaches aren't. But you attended, I'm being told you've attended the Premier League workshop, and I'm sure it was very enlightening. What did you take away from there and kind of apply to your coaching, to your team?
Yeah, it was a good experience for me also to see how other coaches from big clubs work with youth department. For me, it was really interesting to see how they plan, how they organize the work between the games, how it's, let's say, the week of the trainings for them, what is the content that they have in these days, and what they are looking for, how they want to plan the full week of sessions. And from one point of view, it was that I could gain something from them, I could learn from them. But because of the technology, because of internet, and because of easy access to flight, the knowledge is spreading very fast. And more or less all the coaches, they are doing similar work in terms of the concept, but only the details are different. So I tried also to get what these people said between lines, and also this meeting was to me to confirm that many ideas I had, they are also repeated in great clubs that are English clubs. So it was also something that motivates me, but also give me the peace that what I'm doing is a good job also. So I think the more meetings we have with people coming from the best clubs, and the better for us, because we can take something and they can also confirm that we are on a good way developing players in India.